All right, on this episode of Bowks Talking Bouts, excited to be talking to an individual ahead of the inaugural Tarps Off Fight Club event, which goes down on December the 18th. We've got a lightweight bout between Jordan Balmir and Adam Freitas, and happy to be talking to Adam once again. How's everything going today, man? Seems like you're a little busy, but managing the schedule well.
Oh yeah, I mean, this camp was a little different. I couldn't get the time off work, so yeah, I am pretty busy. I'm doing my regular career job and training as much as I can for this. I'm getting some good work in though, so I'm making it happen.
Still doing the same kind of work last time we were talking, like still working as an officer and everything?
Yeah, I work as a correctional officer in my regular capacity and also part of their TAC team for emergency responses. So if we get riots or inmates holding hostages or, taking over parts of the jail, we get called.
Yeah, well, good to hear you're still keeping up with that. And also, I'd be remiss if I didn't wish a happy belated birthday to your son there. I noticed it was Logan's birthday recently.
Yes, it was. Thank you very much. It was his second birthday. So we went big because COVID kind of messed up his first birthday. So we took advantage of being able to have a little venue and have family and stuff like that. So
yeah, what were you able to get up to for that? Just having like the larger family gathering component more so?
Well, my girlfriend's Filipino, so she's got a lot of family. So I think we had 100 people, man.
Oh.
We rented a hall at a hotel and had 100 people.
Well, that's awesome. That sounds like a really fun time.
We went all out, man.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, and I'm sure he enjoyed it a lot. But I was checking out the social media and saw a couple other things in relation to where you've been working. Like, it seems like Delgado boxing has been pretty big, as well as, Milton Muay Thai. And I hope I don't botch the pronunciation, but a bit of a newer gym, Aegis MMA there. So are those the main kind of spaces you're working?
Yeah, and I've switched up a lot of stuff. I was with Niagara top team for the last camp. That was just based out of the fact that I know all those coaches. They're the best. They're one of the best gyms in Ontario, actually Canada. Let's say that. But I wasn't working. I took time off work, so now I'm sticking to my homegrown gyms that I tend to go to even when I'm not in fight camp. So the camps, the places you all just said, and I also recently just joined 10th Planet, and I fell in love with my jiu-jitsu again. So 10th Planet Etobicoke as well.
You say fell in love with your jiu-jitsu again, which is kind of curious because it seemed like last time we were talking, the passion was there a fair bit. What do you think about that renewed the passion? Like, when did it seem like there was a bit of a lull period in a sense?
It's not so much that there was a lull period in my jiu-jitsu per se. I mean, I know jiu-jitsu is my strength. Jiu-jitsu, I always tell everyone jiu-jitsu is a superpower, so I always love jiu-jitsu, but it's been a long time since I've been just really consistently going to a jiu-jitsu gym. I always do my grappling at MMA gyms, work with a lot of MMA guys, but going to 10th Planet with Micah, I just fell in love with just the pure jiu-jitsu again, and I've been going pretty consistently there, so I found a home there for sure. And it's all no-gi, so.
Oh, that's awesome. And it seems like in a lot of ways you're in a really good place. Like, I was seeing, like, bearded bites has been a bit of a thing you've been taking into, like, the weight cutting part of it, like getting Matt Special on board there. That seems to be a guy that a lot of people go to for that kind of stuff. Just really seems to level up a lot of guys' games on a lifestyle kind of component level.
With Matt, minus how intelligent he is and just how good he is at what he does, he is worth every penny just for the peace of mind. Just getting regular check-ins with him and going, hey, bro, you can eat. You can have this. Like, he keeps you grounded, man, because you talk to any fighters that are doing major weight cuts, and it tends to almost overtake the fight camp. You're more worried about what you can eat and what your weight is as opposed to getting punched and kicked in the face, and it shouldn't be like that. With Matt, you can bypass that. He definitely keeps you grounded and keeps you keeps you focused on the fight instead of the dieting, man. So I recommend him for every fighter.
Yeah, he seems to come highly recommended. Seems like the track record is really on point there. But you were kind of talking about the last fight and getting out there, Niagara top team work prior to all of that there. And I mean, that was a close fight, man. I mean, I think a lot of people, it seemed like yourself as well, thought you ended up winning that fight there. Like, is that kind of a bitter pill to swallow? It seemed like you learned a lot from it, though. Like, how do you, I guess, compartmentalize that last effort with CFFC there?
I mean, I've definitely watched the fight a few times. I do think I won. I think I won round 1 and 2, but it was close enough where I can't be too mad, and I was fighting the hometown guy. That was the first fight I went in, and I fully trusted my hands, and I trusted my conditioning, and I think it showed. That's the first time I went out there with clean, crisp boxing and stuff like that. But in the end, it was on me, man. I wasn't making the proper decision-making with trying to stand back up. I was able to do a lot of damage off my back with the elbows and holding a mission control, but to some judges, doesn't matter how much damage you're doing off your back. If you're on your back, you're losing, and I don't necessarily disagree with that. So I'm gonna have to take ownership on it. But it does hurt a bit because I know I'm not a 1-2 fighter. I was on a tear in the amateur scene, and I hang with everybody in the room, man, every high-level guy. So it just it hurts, and it puts a little bit of pressure on me for this fight with my last 2 losses, both being decisions. So I don't want to go there, and I don't think it'll go there with a guy like Jordan. I'm happy I'm fighting a crisp, clean boxer like he is, because he's going to try and knock me out.
What? Yeah, well, I mean, I think the timing is, great in a lot of regards, because you talk about the confidence that you had in your striking, really feeling that for the first time there and taking on a pro boxer who's got that 11-1 record. So it seems like the momentum and the progression is exactly where it needs to be for this December 18th bout.
Yeah, especially with him, I'm also not underestimating his grappling, man. I know he's an 11-1 boxer, but I know he's got some grappling up his sleeve, and I do hope he underestimates my boxing. I hope he falls into that I'm a submission specialist guy, which I know I got my submissions, but I can play hands and I can take it, and I'm training with really good boxers. Like I said, I'm at Delgado's working with the pro boxers and the high-level amateurs, getting rounds in with them. I'm at Milton Muay Thai with Ramel, getting work in. I train with Eric Rocha multiple times a week, and he's one of the best Muay Thai guys we have in Canada. And there's nothing that Jordan's going to throw at me that's I'm not getting thrown at me almost daily. So I hope he thinks I can't play hands, because I will play hands with him. Obviously, this is a striker versus grappler match. I'm not trying to play it off as it isn't, but I know he can grapple, and I hope he knows I can throw hands. So it should be a really good fight.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty even way to talk about it, in the sense of realizing what the, predominant skills are, but also realizing that the skills exist at a scale beyond that there. So definitely a compelling sort of fight. When did this bout offer first kind of get on your radar there? Because I imagine it would have been one that created some intrigue and whatnot.
To be honest, I had no intentions of fighting in Ontario this year, just because I didn't trust for events not to get canceled, and just as well as anyone, the getting the medicals done in Ontario is just a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But this event got thrown at me, and I liked they immediately came at me with Jordan, and I was like, right, that's a guy who's going to try to fight me and hurt me, and I think I'll thrive better with a guy that's really trying to hurt me. So I jumped on it. I definitely was heavier than usual. I was 200 plus pounds, not even 7 weeks ago. So, but I kicked it. I was still training, but I was definitely heavy. So I definitely switched into high gear, and I'm on weight. I'm feeling great. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, obviously you're putting in the work too, but, credit to Matt Special again for helping get you ready for that.
Yeah, the thing is, you can follow his program for almost every fight, but even if I could just follow his program, you still got to hire him every fight just to be able to talk to him once in a while. Like I said, to keep you focused on the fight instead of the diet. He kind of takes that from you and takes that stress away from you. So, yeah, like I said, I was probably 205 pounds not even 7 weeks ago, and I'm smooth sailing right now for the weight cut. So.
Well, it's awesome to hear. It really speaks to the discipline for sure. But when we were talking ahead of PFC 13, you were saying how it's going to be extra special getting to fight in Toronto and everything, and just talking about the Niagara top team work prior to the last go around there. What's the feeling getting ready to go out and compete in front of the Niagara region fan base there? I imagine it's special in its own sort of way.
Well, I work in Niagara Falls, right? I work in the Thorold area, so I'm going to have a pretty good following. I got all my coworkers, all the other. I got a bit of a law enforcement background in terms of people who follow me, so I should definitely have a good army with me when I go into that arena. But I actually find a little bit more pressure fighting in front of my friends and family, but I don't feel it consuming me in this fight, man. I'm just happy to fight I'm super happy that I get in the fight in Ontario, and it's going to be nice to have some family there. And I'm looking in to see if possibly bringing Logan as well. It'd be nice to bring him into the ring if I win this one, or when I win this one. So, but I'm happy about it.
Yeah, that would be an awesome visual for sure, but just that's an interesting thing, like talking about enjoying it, but also there's a level of pressure. Like, is there a level of enjoyment, like almost being the road warrior? Like, last time out you were saying you were fighting the hometown guy. Like, is there a level of that galvanizing what you're doing, just, being the road warrior, as it were?
There's that, and, this also has that Ontario, Quebec vibe to it. That's a tale pretty old in our fight scene, so I'm enjoying that. But yeah, I know what I am, man. I'm 33 years old. I'm in great shape. But right now, I just want to go in there and enjoy the fight. I want, obviously, I'm in there to win every fucking time. But I want those. I want moments in there. I want those Holloway moments. I want the wars. I want the clean submission. I want to embrace the fight this time. Just enjoy it, man. Be in it.
Yeah, just get in that flow state and express yourself as fluidly as you can.
Yeah, I feel I showed the best, even though I lost the last one, that split decision. I really feel I showed some of my best work. And again, that was the first time I really trusted the gas tank and trusted my hands. And now when I'm able to trust that, I feel I'm able to go into this fight now and just, like I said, be in the moment. Now I'm not so terrified of getting tired. I'm not. I just get to be in it and actually fight, and then that's when you see the best stuff. That's when you see the slipping, the best head movements, the best takedowns, the best submission attempts. That's when you see all the best stuff, when you're not, just focused on not getting dog shit tired in there and looking terrible. So.
Yeah, that economy of energy and whatnot. That's good to hear, though, that you've been really weaponizing the pace. Like, what aspects of the preparations do you credit to, having that sort of deep gas tank?
I was so obsessed before with just, sparring and looking the part, a lot of weightlifting and stuff like that. But now it's about, I fell in love with pad work. Pad work, I feel, is the number one thing to conditioning. So a lot of pad work and a lot more sparring rounds, but lower impact and more flow movement drills and stuff like that. But it's just, I'm taking all the stuff that I wasn't putting in part of my game and bringing it back in. So if I could say anything, it's the pad work. I try to do pad work every day if I can now, and I noticed that's where the conditioning came from. I do a lot of my pads with Brian Aquino, and he, same thing when I work at Delgado's. I'm trusting the hands, I'm trusting the volume I can throw with my hands, and I'm going to need that fighting a guy like Jordan. He's a boxer, right? They're known for their volume, so.
Yeah, it's going to be a very intriguing fight for sure. But, I mean, you were kind of talking earlier about how it would be ideal to, get Logan in the cage after the fight there and all that. It seems like there's going to be another addition to the family there based on Instagram post you had a few weeks ago there. So it seems like a great time in the Freitas family and just the personal life there and all that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I find out tomorrow if we're having a boy or a girl. So I'm working a night shift. This is I think what separates me from a lot of guys. I'm living this like warrior lifestyle, man. Like I'm doing a 12-hour shift tonight. I'm going to drive home an hour home. Take the girlfriend for an ultrasound. I'm going to catch a few hours of sleep, and then I'm waking up and I'm doing pad work and I'm training all evening. So I'm loving life right now, man. I'm loving fighting. I'm loving it all. So I know there's pressure fighting in front of everybody, but I don't feel the pressure of my fight lifestyle anymore. It's just all kind of amalgamated into one giant lifestyle that I'm living, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a busy schedule, but like the fact that you enjoy that it's a busy schedule, you know what I mean? It's just you get to do a lot of great things in the personal life and the professional life, it seems like. Like I was going to ask if you've gotten to, go ice fishing lately, but based on that schedule you gave there, it doesn't seem like the case so much.
I'm hoping to go ice fishing with the boys this January, but, one thing I have to say is with the girlfriend, with Norelle, she's definitely stepped up, the mom duties and some of the dad duties so that I can get the proper training in. So maybe going away for a week for a fishing trip isn't fair after she's pulling double shifts at home with the little toddler and being pregnant at the same time, right? So I would like to, but I'm gonna have to talk with her first after this fight and see what I can get away with.
Yeah, well, it's cool there's that support and that sort of thoughtfulness. It sounds like a good kind of dynamic in that regard. But been great getting to talk to you. Oh, yeah, it's so important. I mean, like, you hear fighters talk about that, too, like how having a partner can be such, like, a make-or-break thing in certain regards. Like, just, I mean, not a make-or-break, but in the sense of, like, it can be, like, a big throw-off if they're not exactly in your corner, but just how much of an asset it can be if you have a true ally in that regard.
Yeah, I know she has every right in the world to be mad at me every day for the amount of extra work she has to do. You know, I'll work a 12-hour shift and I'll spend a little time with the kid, and then I got to go train. And she's also still working, so she has every opportunity to be mad at me, and she's not. She's just supportive, and she loves this fight stuff more than I do half the time, man. If when UFC events and stuff are coming on, she's the one reminding me. She's the one letting me know about what fights are coming on. We're both huge Max Holloway fans, so. She's loving the life too, but I basically, I got all my coaches to thank, but I wouldn't even see my coaches if it wasn't for her. So this camp's largely in part because of her. So.
Yeah, well, that's awesome to hear, man, and just awesome to hear that you seem to have a lot of good things going on right now, but just in being mindful of the, busy schedule and all that, great getting to talk to you, but thought to put the ball in your court and see if maybe there's anything you'd kind of want to add as a parting thought as we're wrapping up here.
No, I'm just super happy that it's happening in Ontario, man. I like that I'm wrong. I'm going to apologize to everyone. I told you it's not going to happen. Even the BTC events, when they were getting close, I was saying, man, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And I regret being so negative. All these promoters stepping up and getting it done, and the fighters, and even like some of the doctors and stuff helping us get medicals done in Ontario. It's I like the fact that we thought it wasn't going to happen. The community's kind of getting together and make it happen. So. I'm glad fighting's still around. So.
Oh, I mean, I share in that sentiment too, in a few regards. Just immensely appreciative. There's regional MMA to look forward to, and Tarps Off Fight Club's inaugural event going down will be a fun one, December the 18th. And yeah, just really excited for your fight. I mean, I was prior to talking, but just getting the insights has compounded the excitement for this Jordan Balmir fight that much further. So big thanks for coming on the show, Adam, and you have a good rest of your day too. And yeah, looking forward to being there and checking out the fight.
I appreciate it, man. I thank you doing these interviews and keeping the crowd interested, man. Your guys' work gets these fights amped up, right? So I thank you for thinking of me in this one. So.
Oh yeah, no, appreciate you coming on the show, man. It's a mutually enjoyable thing, it seems like, and yeah, again, looking forward to the fight, and have a good day, man.
You too, brother.